now in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. No, sorry, English head. In a 40-kilometre-per-hour zone, which is 25 clicks, 25 miles an hour, give or take. It's about a mile to the next turn. I can see it. I'm doing 25 miles an hour. Because police like to jump out on you. Don't want to be too down. I love Canada. I seem to be saying bad things. But I'm not. It's frustrating. Driving at ridiculously slow speeds. I remember in my 20s, I had a job with a company called David Hume Machinery. I don't know if they're still there or not. And I went through a range of different roles. Started as a machinery cleaner. That was a temporary gig, just until the job was done. So it's supposed to be a couple of weeks, but I must have impressed somebody because they offered me a full-time job. And then they took me on as a grease monkey, climbing into the 20-foot long, 10-foot high, 4-ink print presses like you see on the old black and white movies when the newspaper spins in and out. Well, they used to buy those and recondition them and sell them on again. My job was to strip them down and clean them. And then 20 others. But that went from there. That moved, because I was the only one that could count. So I volunteered for the lunchroom. So my job was to go and get sandwiches and drinks for 40 guys. So there's the 20 grease monkeys plus the engineers. And it was good. It got me out of that bloody pit. So since I could balance all the money and get the orders right, that led naturally into, hey, can you count things? Sure. So I got taken on as a stores manager, and I built a lock-up store because they were losing things out the door all the time. Nuts, bolts, screws, machinery, drills, you name it. And it was costing a lot of money. So I had them build a cage with a locked door on it, and I was the one with the key. So everything that went out was accounted for, signed, sealed and delivered. And if it was something like equipment, like a drill, I wanted it back, and if it didn't come back, then you had to tell me why. That was good. But I also went from there into the purchasing side of things. So what would happen was, anybody needed nuts and bolts and screws and drills, toilet paper, new cars for the salesman, everything went through the purchasing department with a requisition slip. My job was to make sure that things turned up. So I handled all the suppliers, negotiated all the prices, made sure that the bills were paid, and if for some reason we couldn't pay the bill, which happened more often than I'd like to admit, I'd find alternative suppliers. Now, this is where it comes back to what I was talking about with driving. In that I had a team of drivers. So you go there, you go here, I need you back in an hour. There's a container going out to Dover that's going to be on the ship by 4 p.m, whatever. And occasionally I was either out of drivers or I had to go it myself. So anyone could do the job. So I was a crazy mofo behind the wheel when I was 20. From Wakefield to Yeadon Airport in Leeds in 25 minutes. If you know that run, you know that's suicide. I wouldn't do it now. But I also remember going across traffic circles and through Leeds city centre at 90 miles per hour. Now, by comparison for our Canadian brethren, that's about 145, 150. kilometers per hour. Now you try hitting a traffic circle at that speed. You've got to have extremely fine coordination, because one twitch and you hit the curb, and you roll it, you flip, you're gone. So I love driving like that, but I don't think I've got the reflexes anymore. I don't think I've got the eyesight or the coordination or the skill. I might have to limit it to 70. I loved that job. It was my favourite job between then and now, because it was a responsibility. What I had to do was make sure that everybody had what they need, because if you didn't, well, everything would just fall apart. And it's nice to have responsibility for a budget and people depending on you, and I thrive on that. So it was good. So all this conversation started because I was talking about driving at 25 kilometers per hour, 25 miles per hour, 40 kilometers per hour, sorry. Which triggered the memory of driving a heck of a lot faster. That was a heck of a lot younger, but hey, you're not going to fall, right? There you go. All good stuff. Still, that job was then and this is now. Right now, that's that lighting thing again. Right now, I'm just cruising down by the lake. Speed bump. Not a train track. Over my shoulder here, as we're passing it, you'll see behind me, that's our local marina. So, just going through a cloud of pigeons right now. You'll see over there, that's where all the boats go. Oh, you hear the seagulls? The sun will be down in about an hour, and I won't be far behind it. It's been a long day. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, because tomorrow I am going on a road trip. First one on the new job I've got. I'm going to be doing a little photography, a photo shoot for some products. And those photos will go into a range of materials. I'll go on the website, go on the print collateral, as we call it. So brochures, catalogues, leave behinds. So I've got to be good on my new camera as well to the job. So nice. Just cruising around Port Colborne here. Very nice place. There you go. Have a look. We got this beautiful thing ahead. Train tracks. It's the water tower. That's the other major landmark in town. The one that I'm most fond of, that strikes me from me as a symbol of this town, is the Clarence Street Bridge. Port Colborne is home to the Welland Canal. The Welland Canal links Lake Ontario with Lake Erie through 21 different locks. And Port Colborne is home to Lock 21, sorry, Bridge 21, which is the Clarence Street Bridge. Well, let me show you. That's the Port Promenade. Those are Lakers. Lakers travel the lakes. You've seen them. That's the Welland Canal. I can't see this, so if I'm videoing my own thumb, I'm sorry. That's the Clarence Street Bridge. Now to me, that is the big symbol of Port Colborne. Use fingers. There we go. Put it back. It's a beautiful town. It's got some beautiful people in it. And some assholes. And I'm not including myself in that statement, so don't bother asking. I'm not an asshole or a beautiful person. Anyway, it's me signing off for now because I've reached my destination of the hour, which is a quiet little bar we like to call the Belmont, because that's its name. I'm going in there, take a couple of nice cold beers. They don't do a decent draft over here. I missed that. But what they do over here far outweighs it. I love this place. I love Edmonton too, and I miss it. And the people there. Which is one of the reasons I started doing this. But this is a land of opportunity. When I left England, there was no employment, nothing. When I came here, we set things up, and now I've just started my new job. I am a marketing specialist, consultant, web guy for a New York company. Can't do that from England. So, I am saying good night. Thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. We will catch you next time for the thrilling installment number 4. Skateboard. Roadkill. Episode number 4, Thoughts from a Car. Look forward to it. See you later.